Welcome back, everybody. It's Friday. We took a day off, starting off a little late, but that's okay. It's let's see, Friday night lore crafting with the Inquisition, the Golden Inquisition, and everybody in the future. Let's see. Welcome back, Rattle Boyal. How you doing, man? Hope everybody's had dinner. Hope you got your coffees ready. I'm unprepared. I don't have my coffee. That's okay though. I got a cracker. Most welcome back, man. Welcome back. chilling. I'm chilling too, man. Chilling. Let me turn off the light. Turn off the light and get some atmosphere going. What's up, Free? I'm ready to smoke on it. Man, I'm sure you are, man. I'm ready to smoke on some things too, man. What up, Nostal? What up, Durit? Welcome. Literally just finished the vid. Oh, which vid? One of Godwin's or any Nipku's? Oh yeah, you know what? Let's talk about that real quick. I shout out to two people that are content creators here on YouTube that do Elden Ring, good Elden Ring videos. Not Godwin and Annie Nippy Poo. I think I'll put up a link to their channel because man, they are good. I'll put it in the description in tonight's description, I think. Let's see. What do you think of the state of play, my G? Oh, the PlayStation state of play. It was a little bit disappointing, but that not completely. Everything was disappointing up to the release of Metal Gear Solid 4 on modern consoles. I think that's the most amazing thing. So far, all the side-scrolling Metroidvania stuff, rehashed, Legacy of Kain stuff, things that just look like they were just, copy and pasted from, God of War or Black Myth Wukong, same thing. It just like same gameplay, a different skin. I feel that's the way the single player genre is going right now. Nothing really impressive, nothing new really impressive that I've seen, except let me take that back. Resident Evil Requiem, seeing Leon Kennedy being infected with something and as an older gentleman, that's exciting, and in a heterosexual way, of course, because that's who I am. But it's nice to see these characters age as I age, right? Because now I'm an older man and Leon's an older man, and it's like, oh, I can identify with this. I can relate. And Annie Nikipu, let it right, say it right, pimp. Annie Nikipu, man, Annie Nikipu, Annie Nikipu. I don't know. Dude, look up something called Super Tip. It's a online service like Super Chats, but with AI voices. It would fit your channel so well. Well, I mean, does it work with YouTube? Because I don't. You're the only one that gives out the super chats, bro. So thank you though, I do appreciate them. A creator is a podcaster I watch. Oh, the creator is a podcaster I watch, and you can create the voice and adjust it to how your chat interacts with you. Oh, really? I think Bubba the Love Sponge uses it. I don't. Bubba the Love Sponge. Good grief! And YouTube doesn't fuck with it. Oh, it's YouTube safe. Oh, okay. Nossel says, say it right. Reinsensfarction Sarchen Uberfarken Sarch. I'll look into it, but Nossel, I haven't. You're speaking Jarman. You're speaking Jarman to me. Let let's let me you know what, this is what we'll do since it's a new thing, right? It's a new thing. Annie nip poo. Hold on. And Annie, how do you spell it? Hold on. I think I'm subscribed to her stuff. I'm pretty sure. Look through this. Or there it is. All right. I'll do something better than linking the thing. Here it is. YouTube right here. Oops. That might be a black screen. No, is it still a black screen? Oh, yeah, it is. Hold on. Okay, here we go. There we go. There's her page right there. And Annie Nipu, she got great videos. I've seen a couple of them. They're real good. I've mostly seen them on my other account, but that's her. Great. And let's see, Not Godwin, a great content creator here. Not Godwin. Love his humor. His humor is hilarious. Great humor, great everything. You should check him out. Let's see, who is another one? Let's see. Everybody knows Jack. He's fantastic. He's the GOAT. He's one of the pillars of, or I guess now the central pillar of the Elden Ring community, because he's authentic. He's authentic. And the upcoming serious Moonlight, this guy is gonna be this guy is right on the heels of Jack as a Mimic. He's right on the heels. So you gotta watch out for this guy. This guy's gonna be doing some amazing stuff soon. I'm telling you. And you know what else? And you know what else? You know what else? Hold on. Let's see. Oh man, I don't have Twitch set up. But if you go to Twitch and look up Sunstorm Jackal, that guy, he's gonna be doing great stuff. Great stuff. I'm telling you. I'm not lying. They're gonna be. I have high hopes for them. You know what I mean? High hopes. Great people doing great stuff. All right, let's see. Annie Kikipu. I tried to learn for hours. I don't know. Most says Bubba Love Sponge is the guy radio from the 2000s. He works with Howard Stern when he was good. Oh, Howard Stern, huh? Really? Dyslexia final boss. Oh, God. A Rattle says C is black screen. Oh, my bad. Annie Nikipu. Oh, yeah. It should be fixed now, right? Both are funny. Let's see. Rattle, haha, only 2 vids there. What a loser. No, Serious Moonlight's not a loser, bro. No, he ain't no loser. Oh, brother, that Moonlight guy stinks. No way, bro. Moonlight is, I don't want to say it, but he might be King Dingaling. But hey, I'm just saying. Freeman says, great channel, that Serious Moonlight. Exactly, bro. Most says, I love Jackal's stuff, but sometimes I think he sees the lore, or Jack stuff, lore through trauma too much. I feel it would be better if he didn't let his trauma peak in the theaters. Well, I mean, that's who. No, man, you got to respect it because it's helped him. You know, it's helped him do things. It's helped him overcome, cope, and that's the fascinating and the majesty of Elden Ring, that you can look at it through that lens and it still makes sense. It still be viable and valid, right? It's such, that's why it's so great. Because I look at Elden Ring through a a divorcee's cynical view of the world because I have trust issues, right? So now I don't trust anybody in Elden Ring, right? And that's helped me see through the lies that I've noticed through Elden Ring, right? And with Ronnie's confirmation that the world of Elden Ring is full of liars and cheats, I mean, it's we all bring our what's the word, creed, our own bias, our own traumas to the game, bro. I think that's the beauty, the key beauty. And no, we don't all have to agree with it, and that's also a beautiful thing about it too. Trust me, me and a handful of the people in the Inquisition Discord, we go back and forth on ideas and you know theories. It's all good, but you gotta be able to accept a theory, put one out there, and uh, you know invite the feedback, the discourse, and and not take it personally. That's the beauty of being an adult and stuff. Let's say like a 5%. I mean, no, no, he shouldn't do that. You know why, Mose? Because then it wouldn't be Jack as a mimic. It wouldn't be him. The thing that I watch Jack every Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, his episodes every week that keep me bringing back every time is because of that lens, because of his experience that he has in life has made him interesting. And if he dulled that down, then he would be just Vadi Vidya. Then he would be just another content creator that just reads scripts. You know what I'm saying? No, no, it's fine to vent. I'm not judging you for venting, man. There's no judgment. And I'm not trying to white knight or be a social justice warrior. Fuck all that shit. I'm just saying that the fun stuff that makes Jack Jack is that. Hey, have your weak questions, man. I have answers that you're not gonna like. All right, I've been chewing on this cracker because I forgot to eat dinner because I was playing Elden Ring. All right, let's see what Rattle says. To each their own, but it's hard to be tough to. It can be tough to retort a lore theory sometimes if someone attaches it to something that has happened to them. Just to be fair, but yeah, every lens to see the game is a value, right? And it can be tricky, but I don't think, Rattle, I don't think you should, if you want to reply or have some discourse or retort like you said to it, right? You can be respectful yet do it at the same time. Um and and if somebody is putting out stuff like that and they're attached to it emotionally, then it's up to them to be, to deal with what you're saying. It's not for you to worry about it. You can't walk on eggshells your whole life. If you feel like you need to say something, say it. But if how the other person perceives it and receives it, that's on them. They put it out so they should be, you know, capable enough to handle, feedback. If it's, fair feedback and not just an attack. And I'm not saying that you're going to attack, but people tend to do that, attack. But nobody I've met since I've started streaming and doing the Discord or anything has been malicious like that or malign. That's fine. That's fine. We get where you're coming from, but I think Jack being open about the past mistakes makes him authentic and helps a lot of other people talk about their issues. Yeah, Nossel. Haka Haka. I don't know what haka haka is. Rattle. Oh, well, I feel it, but I value tact and don't want to trigger or disturb anyone. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from too. In this modern age in 2026. Oh, excuse me. What are we gonna watch? Watch. Who we're gonna play? Um. Let's. Oh, I've been playing out, but let's play Veronica. No. Yeah, let's play Veronica. No. Let's play. Man. All right, let's play Albedo. All right, let's see. Most says it's valid from all points. All the theorying I do is based on a story that I'm creating, where the main world is kind of the base of the things I like to theorize about in Elden Ring. Face reveal? Who, me? No, 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 no. This is Albedo. Face reveal? No, 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 no. Yeah, no, no. There ain't no face reveal. Not on the Inquisitor. If I did that, where would the ladies would run away? I don't think there's any ladies in here anyways. Oh, there probably is. Eventually, somebody's watching. Oh God, wait, did I have? Let me. No, yeah. Okay, there it is. Okay, he still has his helmet on. Hi, I'm Monkman. Hey, how's it going? I think I've seen you before. The secret character wasn't on that list. No, no, there is no secret character. Is there? I don't think so. All right, so this character here has kind of gone through Lindell, kind of. I beat Morgott. I'm trying to get to the Halleck tree, but it's going to be awfully difficult. And we can discuss lore as I get to the Halleck tree. Are we going to talk about Radigan again? Are we going to talk to Melina?
Spoken echoes linger here, words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you. In Marika's own words, O Radigan,
Radigan.
hound of the Golden Order, thou art yet to become me. Thou art yet to become a god. Let us be shattered, both. Mine other self.
Not Godwin. Scarlet Fire.
Think not of the kindling.
Where are you seeing Scarlet Fire, by the way?
All I ask of you is to make the journey to the snowy mountaintops of the giants. I know I'm asking you to commit, but it must. And that, what is your...
I mean, okay. Please explain what Scarlet Fire is. Fire is supposed to kill rot. No. Putrid tree spirit shoots it. Putrid tree. Where? Is it in the Caelid? In Caelid? Where's the putrid tree spirit? Because I would say that a fire can be infected by rot, right? Because fire is just energy, right? It's the release of energy or hydrocarbons or whatever. And that energy, like the Elden Ring, can be infected by scarlet rot, because scarlet rot seems to infect anything. It can even infect the great runes, which means it could infect the Elden Ring. So if there is a worm, or what you call it? What are they called? A tree worm or whatever, ulcerated tree spirit that is infected by scarlet rot, then everything that it's going to spew out is going to be rot coated. Or and yeah, I think that makes sense, because if we look at Radon's Great Rune, it's on fire, but it's also infected by the scarlet rot, because it's trying to fight off the rot. And Melania's Great Rune is basically scarlet rot, I think. The different types of fire that at Godwin was so interesting. The fire is just a manifestation of some god's power. It seems like it. I wish he was here to answer that question. In my opinion, I would say yes. The fire isn't technically what, well, fire is in this world. In reality, it seems to be, it seems to be a source, or not a source, but laced with the manifestation of whatever god is. A god is, you know, infecting it or using it at the time. What up, yo pharaohs? Welcome back. Nossel says Morgoth uh, also had weird kinds of fire when he was just fought. We just fought him and beat him first try. So there's not base fire. I would say there is. Hold on, let me switch to my main character. I think there is base fire, and base fire we would see in like the simple fire spells would represent base fire. I mean, you have the fire of giant spells and things like that. The fire that's on torches, um, and things like that would be base fire. Oh yeah, everything's great, man. How are you doing, Pharaohs? All right, let's go outside. Oh, sure. There's different fires, right? Because there, if you're talking about the what is it? What is it? What is it? There's different. The yellow fire has from no god. Hold on, where was it? There's different fires, Morgoth. So there's or not. Yellow fire has to be from a fire god. No. I wonder if there was fire from the mother of truth, like there from the mother of truth. I think that's the formless mother, and there's blood flame, blood fire. Everyone who claims different flies. Hey guys, I hope everything's fine. Look for a dim. Yes, the holy fire Morgoth uses is supposed to be fire from the greater will or sun god. All good. Job sucks, but all good. Oh man, you're at work, Pharaohs. That sucks, bro. I hope you're not at work. That sucks. Let's see. All right, we'll see. Stillwater torch, heavier than normal, blah, blah, blah. A heated filament boosts fire, dealt damage. Okay. Torches used were to keep unwelcome beasts away. Treasure trove, hidden in cave. Okay. The aroma pacifies wild beasts. All right. So that tells us why that's a different color. So all these are basic fires, right? These are basic fires. Because they're just regular fire. The reason why the repellent torches used is that they're using a different source for the fire. Like maybe it's dipped, the rag or whatever is dipped in something else. Kind of like butane has a blue flame. If you burn gasoline or anything with inks or anything, it's a green flame. Um, just things like that. I mean, they're just basic fires, I would say. And then you get to the magical fires, right? The ice ghost flame is ice coated, sleep, frenzy, and I'm not sure what this one is. All right, Rattle says, yeah, on day one, the Morgoth sword busted open in the cinematic. It had a bunch of fire. They took it out a couple days later. I have to look because yeah, we can look at it here in a minute because that's very interesting. We'll see what kind of fire that was. Rattle says, I love my job. The fire could be different, like in chemistry. Yes, Rattle. Exactly. The flame is based on the chemical. Correct. Pharaoh says, yeah, I wonder if the fire in the cinematic was related to the formless mutter. So the base plus some of the eighth god's power? Right. There's base plus whatever god. And there could always be more than 8 gods. Because one thing that not Godwin, there is a fire that he missed, in my opinion. Let's see if we can see it here. And in his video, I commented on it, jokingly. You know, he's still a great video. I don't have anything negative to say about his videos because they're amazing. But the Evergel fire is a catches you on fire when you teleport. Let's see if it's still going to be still glowing. Yeah. So you see, oh, good. All right. So you see it, right? Let me zoom in. It's a fire in the Evergel. And I would have liked him to, say something about this one. And let me see if I can, if the stream will pick it up, because when you teleport for like half a frame, you burst into flames. All right. Oh, you know what, Jackal, we can go look, or Rattle, we can go look at that. I wonder if you can cook on that. Make some brontosaurus steaks. Oh man, steak does sound good. All right, let's see if catch on fire. Watch this. Everybody ready? Did y'all see it? I can do it again. To be honest, it looks more like the dissolved effect when we die. No, bro. Let me see if I can get closer. I mean, it happens real fast. Like your whole body catches on flames. I mean, I think it'll be better if I do this. And I will do this. Oh, dang. Did you see it? $32 million runes back. So the fire teleports you, right? You saw less that time. All right. Hi, welcome back, Earth. I'll do it again. I don't mind dying. I was distracted by the not face reveal. My bad, man. There, I no face reveal yet. Remember, 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a face reveal. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Did y'all see it that time? You must have seen it that time. Hamburger meat reveal. I look like Deadpool. It's very brief. I could try to take a screenshot. But so now the flame. So I was thinking, right? And since it's lore crafting night, right? Full chest, right? Engulfed in the flame. I was thinking there's gotta be a connection between this, how this works, and how the Shadowland is. Yeah, no, nothing there. It must be only from this direction. All right, we'll do it again. All right, so this guy's getting free kills. All right, one more time. One more time. All right, here we go. Boom. That was perfect. All right, so this area, is that a demi-human becoming a shadow? Rattle says. I would say probably not. I would say that it's a human becoming an animal. Probably a Newman, maybe. You know what I'm saying? At, at one point, I thought that these Evergels were the same as what was holding back or what was encasing what is it? The Land of Shadow. But the thing is that you can't see the sky in this one. Oh, right in the gullet. And since we can't see the sky, I'm going to say that it's a different magic. It's a different magic. You can teleport out. Oh, I didn't know you could teleport out. Oh, geez, man. You could have told me that instead of just getting my shit pushed in. Bruh. Thank you, Ferris. Are all the Evergels, are they all? I thought you could see the sky in them. Let's go to this one over here. Uh, let's see this one. What's the connection with the Shadowlands? Oh, okay. So the connection with the Shadowlands is that I think the Shadowlands is inside the bedchamber. And I know it's because and this is what gives me the idea. Right? Because we have this. in here. And this is exactly what the way the uh the Shadowlands is veiled. It has this veil coming out, right? What if this veil is actually the veil? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Uh, it may be just a wandering thought, but I think that might be the veil. And I've always thought it too from the very beginning, but I was afraid to say it. But you know what? I don't have any fear. So is that chain glowing gold? No, it's just a light. How come Melania is it's the entrance? How come curse you veil? What is how come Melia? It's the entrance. What is this? A shadowland for ants? Well, okay. Listen, P. Listen, PJ. It's not a shadowland for ants. It's a microcosm for people. Oh man, I didn't want to say it, but I said it. I said it. I didn't want to say it, but okay. I said it though. I can't unsay it. Everybody heard it. Look. Ooh, that looks good. Anyways, uh, oh, how come Mikla? It's the entrance. Why is Mikla the entrance? That's a good question. That is a good. I don't know. I like I said, it's just an idea. There must be if Mikla can't come to this entrance, and we know that there's multiple ways into the Shadowlands because there's more than one way to get there. Like there's more than one way to be God, right? Mikla. Hey D Rock, how you doing? Because man, because the Shadowlands that's always boggled me, right? The and it should have boggled y'all too. Y'all are smart. I mean, it's patterned like nearly exactly the same way. It's a fabric. It's I don't know if y'all. I think it was what Beetlejuice, where he like in the snow globe there was a whole little. He had a whole little village inside the snow globe or something. What? Maybe it was Edward Scissorhands. Definite connection. Would it be possible to say that the Shadowlands are a dream world, a nightmare world? Also, solo off the veil, being her saying solo off the veil being her way to her bed. Okay, I like where you're going with that. It could be this. Since you're bringing up dreams, you jumped a little bit ahead of me, which is nothing wrong. But what if this giant thing? Hold on, one more time, because you said dream. I was gonna say, what if this is a dream catcher, right? Because it is her bedchamber, and she ain't sleeping on rock on that stone. But if she sits there, she it's a giant dream catcher, maybe that too. I don't know. I'm not Native American, but could be maybe. I don't know. Wait, but America hides a part of the map in there. Part of the map? Which map? Oh, well, wait, map? At least three different ways to get into the land of shadows. Okay, I agree. So the bottom is the giant jail. Right. The whole thing, this, all of these are the instruments of the holding the power or whatever. The catalyst, or like I don't know what to call it when like a wizard needs a wand or a staff. Those what the hell? Why was that all red? Anyways, I'm getting too close to the truth, maybe. The Shadowlands was a real place. No, yes, the Shadowlands was a real place, right? But she removed it and placed it inside this microcosm, inside her memory, inside I don't know, man, a lot of things. So the bedroom is a giant jail. It could be a giant jail. Where is the light coming from? Where is that light coming from? Oh man, I don't have the mods to look. It ain't coming from outside, that's for sure. Because outside is red as fuck. And we can look on top of the building, and the building source of light. They can't be. It could be up there, but I don't think that's the source of light because it would be red. Not Godwin. This reminds me of a boy and a heron. Why they fly paper with the fly paper. Yeah. Welcome back, not Godwin. Hey, we got a question for you, man. Uh, Most had a question for you. He would like to hear your explanation on Scarlet Fire, if you have one. Scarlet Rot Fire. I think I gave a pretty good one, but it may not be satisfactory, or what you see. She hid it, and Radigan kept it hidden. Right. Oh well, maybe Radigan's the reason it's hidden. Maybe he hid it. Remember, the I'm looking at it from the way I believe is that Radagon had to get rid of Mesmer because Mesmer had the flame, the Mesmer's flame or whatever that could burn and destroy and kill gods and stuff too, right? Mesmer's flame. That shit was dangerous. So it was a threat to Radigan. Ever did it burn? Let's see. Let's see. The crafting item. Maybe it'll give more information. Fire was a symbol of the crusade. Even Mesmer's ranked and file soldiers wielded it. No. A device used by Mesmer's soldiers, lingering embers, bundled into a coil, craftable item. No, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe his fire wasn't. I thought his fire was dangerous, like one of the most dangerous ones. Fly paper. Yeah. Yeah. It was the. Thank you for the super chat. Please explain the difference. Color fires. Please expand on the difference of color fires. He might have to make a video on that one, man. That's a long long whatchamacallit response. Yes, man. Yeah. There you go. The Mesmer kindling. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. That's gonna be key items. I think I have it, unless I used it, right? Oh man, I may have used it. If you use it, you lose it, right? Dang. Oh, there it is. Is that it? No, that's Deathroot. All right. D Rock says, oh, thank you for the, he's got the item description. A dark thing eaten away by a wicked serpent burns the ceiling tree, said to be found at the old raw ruins. Mesmer, much like his younger sister, bore a vision of fire. I, man, maybe I'm having a hallucination. Because I could have sworn there was somewhere that said that his fire also burnt the soul or spirit. You know, it was like one step, one grade down from Frenzy Flame, because you know Frenzy Flame says that it melts spirits, right? But I think I thought I read somewhere that maybe it's on a Fire Knight sword that it burns spirits. The lingering flame crafting item. Let me see. Oh, the one that you pick up off the ground. Mesmer's Ember. The remembrance. I'll look. I don't think I have his remembrance, but I may do. Yeah, the abyssal flame burns spirits. Don't know where it says it. Yeah, I think it looks more like a baldachin than a veil. But okay, that that's good. Rattle. Could America be linked to that? Could she have been a deathbed companion? Mesmer's Ember. Let's look at that. A remnant Mesmer Ember, symbol of the Crusade. It continues to smolder. Nope. Um, maybe it's an Ash of War. No. All right. The remembrance. That's what I'm looking for. Remembrance. Or oh wait, our remembrances. What are they? They're key items. Or the key items. No. Here it is. All right. Withered within Mesmer, and his very mother plucked his eye out, put it still in place, yet having done, fear compelled her to secret away her child within the realm of shadow, hidden away, keeping company with the original sin and a hatred that would not be confined. Hmm. Keeping company with the original sin and a hatred that would not be confined. Okay. No, not there. Oh, damn. Run away. Sit. Talks about hidden sanctuary. You know what? That could. Ooh, man. I didn't consider that, but you might be right, Rattle. I don't know where to find that. The flame of Theseus, spreading and diluting. You're answering now. What you call it? Hefty furnace pot. The furnace flame burns away both body and soul. Oh, thank you, everybody. Freeman coming in with the save. The furnace flames burn away both body and soul. When impurity is thus expunged, one calls it cleansing. Okay, there we go. And you need the Ember of Mesmer to do that. So there you go. Now we have it. It's as dangerous as the frenzy flame. Keeping company with the original sin, what does that mean? It's the serpent? I don't know what that means, honestly. Could it be? I think if it was going to be the serpent, I believe that the original sin would be capitalized. Since it wouldn't be a common noun, right? It would be a title, right? I don't know what that means. Maybe it's something that I think the original sin may be the genocide of the horns, not the horn sin, of the whatchamacallit, the shaman. But what I find curious is that and a hatred that would not be contained, right? That's what's interesting. What's the hatred? Hi, cholesterol. Nice to see you again. It's always a pleasure to have a lady such as you among us. The Toma. OG, since it's burning, since is OG, since is the burning of the earth tree. The burning of the earth, the sin of the burning of the earth of sin is the burning of the earth tree. Oh, I see. Okay. So you're thinking from a golden order perspective, the cardinal sins. You're fine, bro. You're fine. Toma, I would say for that, I would say that is a partially correct partially correct answer, but it's not the answer to the time period that Mesmer was doing all this, or when America was doing all this, because the burning of the earth tree and the cardinal sins or something like that, I would say that's post America's ascension. I think the original sin is that's before her time, before Radigan took over, before there was cardinal sins, before the earth tree was a symbol, right? I would say. Not Godwin says you need a furnace to make a furnace, and then he says the more you know. The sin is summoning the abyss, and the abyssal snake came from it. Freeman. I like your answer. It's interesting, but I don't know where you're getting it from. Who summoned the abyss? Right? That's the question. Who, if your answer is true, where did you get that information, or how did you interpret it? That's what I would like to know, sir. At least in game. Well, of course. I mean, it's just a game. Welcome back, Cayman. Evening cuties, he said. Thank you. I do work out sometimes. Heard it depends on who burned it first. Well, I believe the 2019 cinematic tells us a hint that it was burned at the end of the Shattering War, and most likely still, I believe, burnt and bodiless old Melina. I believe it was her. Who created the ashes in Lindell before we burn it? Well, Toma, I just answered that. Okay, go ahead. Thank you. Patches. Oh, Patches, man. He I think Patches is the devil of the entire FromSoft shared universe because he's in every game, and since he's like an agent of chaos and evil, and of he's a minor antagonist, but in truth, he's probably the greatest antagonist. D-Rock says, I think the reason it's so hard to pin down the timeline is because that America split the Shadowlands. She split it from the timeline as well. And that's why Muriel doesn't tell us about the Shadowlands. Well, I mean, D-Rock, why would he tell us about the Shadowlands in the first place? I mean, we just show up, there's some guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to walk down the street. Some German guy who comes up, he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm going to be like, hey, man, did you know about the Alamo? Well, I would be, but because I'm proud of the Alamo, but I'm not going to be like, hey, did you hear what happened in Waxahachie? No. I mean, it would be completely out of context for him just to bring it up, right? Oh, did you hear? Let me tell you something. Sit and stay a while. You know what I mean? Durit says, there's a video I watched, was either Smotown or Hawkshaw. Sorry, I can't remember. It's fine. We'll look for it. Or everybody will look for it eventually. But they mentioned that the suffrage is what calls the outer gods to the people. America witnessed the horror of her. America witnessing the horror of her. America witnessing the horror of her. Okay. I mean, that's a God intervening or answering prayers. That's a common thing. I mean, that's really low hanging fruit in my opinion. People could have cursed her to summon it. No, I don't see that. No. Do you have death mask helm? Do I have a death mask helm? I do. Let me drink some of this Red Bull. Wait. Are you saying Death Knight or mask? Let's go look at the masks. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I don't know. Is it called Death Mask? Death. Why can I not talk? I'm having a stroke, I think. Let's see. Patches the eternal, Patches the beloved. No, Patches the POS. When people / America, meaning America, experience great loss in game, they summon an abyss like eternal darkness from the north. Just a theory. It's an interesting theory. Patches equals from's Guther. I don't know what that means. Guther Odin. Patches the righteous. No, y'all got Patches off screwed up. Y'all haven't played any FromSoft games. Apparently, man, am I alone in the world? Am I alone? I'm a lone reed standing against the wind. Patches is evil. He's the devil incarnate. Did you hear from Pluto? That's messed up. Did you hear about Pluto? What's wrong with Pluto? They make it a planet again? Or are you talking about the dog? Guther Odin is a scary but better representation of the devil. Patches is just a cheeky. No. Patches is the devil. El Diablo, as you say in German. Cayman says, I like to think their OG sin is something to do with disrupting the original cycle. I think that the burning of the OG tree, or destroying one of two trees, or getting rid of the destructive parts of a cycle. Oh, you know what? You know what, Cayman? I like that because there is somewhere in my memory of stuff, the original sin is America not giving up her power. at the end of her age, her 1,000 years, she was like, no, and had the Glowmine Queen killed. Right? She doesn't want to give up her power. No, it's Wego's fit. Oh, Wego's fit. Okay. All right. Wego. All right. Wego. Helm of Wego, Elder among the Fire Knights. 2 warp death masks stacked on top of the other. Gnawed by the loneliness, sounds like me, the old man, once again me, turned his attention to the spirituality of Mesmer's flame. Interesting concept there. Using it in a rite of resurrection. Ooh, nice, nice, yes, yes. Yet the soulless bodies are brought to life where no comfort to poor Wego. I thought it said that he brought back his family. Or is that, where was it that it's there's somewhere it said that he was bringing back his family. Did they remove that? Did they use Mesmer's flame to bring back Godwin from the dead? Made him a soulless body. Where did it say they about his family? Father of lies. Okay, let's see. Father of lies. Also a different take from Satan, kind of how all the demigods are heroes, however tragic. I won't stand for this patches slander either. What, Jackal? Come on. I figured at least you follow Jackal on Twitch. It's Sunstorm Jackal _ Jackal. Sunstorm _ Jackal. Great guy. Nah, man. He's the devil, bro. Cayman says Patches is the only good thing in the world of evil. No, bro. Oh, okay, you got the lion nose thing. Okay, good. Patches equals Satan equals Gunther equals Loki. No, Loki's a good guy, bro. I've seen Marvel movies, bro. He's a good guy. Not directly. Kind of. Yeah, the snake is actually a good thing, like destruction of Hinduism. Oh, he's talking to somebody. Poor we go. Let's see. It's in the flail. Family heads? No. There's no connection there, right? Because that's pre DLC. I don't even think I have it, or I don't think I have it on this character. Is it Dark Souls 3 when Patches talks about the greed of humanity? How is he at the end of time just a cheeky trickster? Because he's the devil, bro. He's the ultimate antagonist. I bet you when Miyazaki gets ready to retire in his final game, at the end of it all, at the end of existence, Patches will be there and we'll have to fight him once and for all. I guarantee it. Where was Wego trying to resurrect Goondalls? Yes, he was. He was. Hey, ain't nothing wrong. Hey, man, to each their own, bro. Patches treats the clergy like shit. That makes him a 10 out of 10 in my fair Jackal. Your mind says if Patches isn't the devil, then he's Judas. What? Judas is the hero of the entire narrative, man. He can't be the hero. Can't be the hero. Poor Judas. He can't handle this Patches slander anymore. I'm going to bed. Good night, Nostal. But I am right, and you are wrong. Patches did nothing wrong. Word. Okay, everybody's agreeing with Nostal. Yeah, there you go. Did the Erd tree burn down at the end of America's 1,000 years? But she didn't relinquish power, killed the Glowmine Queen, and resurrected the tree with the golden tree apparition. PJ, that is a good hypothesis. it lines up pretty good, but I disagree with um at I disagree at the time of the earth trees burning at the end of America's 1,000 years. The Bible teaches you that greed is a sin. Does so does patches. Oh yeah, that's true. Good job, Nozzle. I hate those castanets. Thank you, Godwin. Thank you. Cameron says Patches is an agent of Radagon because Radagon is famously all about sewing, and Patches is nothing. Is a thing you sew. Holy shit! Patches is Radigan. Good night, Nozzle. Gluten notch north. Oh! You're speaking German. He got mocked by Rykard. Rykard stole his crush. Night night. Oh yeah. That's gonna be my next video. Patches is Radigan. Radigan. I can't even talk. Radigan. Patches is Radigan. Let's say it all together. Patches is Radigan, which makes Patches America. Yeah, well, who said you got to shave it? What if the red hair is just a wig? It's a hair system. I apologize to all the bald men out there. It's a hair system. It's a toupee. Excuse me. No hair equals no lineage. I tell you what, bro, I got lineage. I got no hair. I'm bald as yeah, I'm bald. What if Patches sucked his own hair through his scalp? Okay. uh um man speechless. Thank you, Jackal. Uh D-Rock says, so America was fascinated by Tanith. What makes you think that? What makes you what makes you think that? That's interesting. I I never thought about that. If you're trying to hide it, you're if you're trying to hide it, maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline. Too much dyeing made him bald. That's right. That's true. I used to dye my hair blonde, silver, red, black when it started. I dyed my beard once because I got one of those just for men. I was like, because it was getting really salt and peppery. I like, it looked really dumb. I was like, this is way too dark for somebody who looks as old as I do. So I never dyed it again. Cayman says, Radagon, the toupee lord. What if that was his issue with Godfrey, jealous of the hair? No, Godfrey was wearing a toupee too. Lest we forget. Godfrey was El Baldo. Daddy Baldo. Where is his helmet? Right there. Unless they scalped him. Salt and pepper looks great, Cayman says. That's what they say. But when I look around, I don't think anybody really thinks so. That's that internet, whatchamacallit, affirmation. Salt and pepper don't look good, ever. Balden Lord, Egghead. What time is it? What a time for hymns to Adderall. Yeah, man. Did you get an Adderall? I mean, I don't know. Maybe hymns. Make sure you get your ED medicine, your hair treatment, and is that all they do? I think that's all they do. And weight loss through hymns. Use promo code fat. No, let's see. Thomas says, Godfrey's toupee. Godfrey had to come back. Had to come back. I'm telling you, I mean, it is what it is. Poor Godfrey. He can't catch a break. He was either a cuck, his wife cheated on him with Radigan, and he was bald. And he wore a toupee. And then he got banished. Bro, he just had then his kids got exiled to the sewers. And his son got murdered. Talk about Godfrey is the tragic. Godfrey is the Byronic hero. Byronic hero. BYRONIC. Byronic hero. Godfrey is Radic. I'm telling you. I feel bad for Godfrey, man. And it's all Radigan's fault. It's all Radigan's fault. Was Mesmer bald too? Perhaps. He may have been bald. Wait, if they're both bald? Oh shit. No, I don't know. I don't know. Let's not get too deep in the weeds on that one. Y'all smoke on that one by yourselves. Godfrey is a bionicle. I don't know. He doesn't strike me as a cynical, but I suppose we don't know. Yeah, I mean, he could be. It's a tragic man. He had the most tragic life. Oh, who lives in it? Never mind. Huh. You know what? Everybody here in the chat, let's discuss something that we were discussing in the voice chat in the Golden Inquisition Discord. And you know what? Let me use this segue to promote something. And I normally I don't promote anything, but I will promote this. And I want everybody here to consider this. If you're not part of the Discord, consider joining the Discord to have the great conversations. Always great conversations. Anyways, that was it. All right, so let me tell you what we were discussing in the Discord the other day. Or matter of fact, I think it may have been earlier. I was off work today. We were discussing the Shadowbound Beasts. Shadowbound Beast. All right, and we were discussing what are they? And a rattle had made a post on the Discord, and he had a few photos, and they were quite interesting. I think it deserves to be discussed. What are they? Who are they? Are they beasts, or are they men trying to be beasts? And in thinking about it, in thinking about it, I believe they Blythe, right? And perhaps the others, Shadowbound beasts that are hunting Ronnie at the end of her quest line, are just men. They are just men wearing masks. But you're gonna say, you're probably gonna come back and say something along the lines, what about Malekith? And Malekith proves that I'm right. And I don't want to be right. That's not the point of all this, right? But I believe I'm right. Because if we look at Malekith, and if you look at the photos that Rattle had posted, I believe it's Rattle. God, I hope I'm giving it credit to the right person. Malekith is a beast, a shadow-bound beast. The first one, you could say, right? He was there to work for America. The what's the difference between them? What's the difference between Malekith and Blythe? Everybody, there's one obvious reason. That's not the obvious reason. The obvious reason is Malekith, tail. Malekith is a beast. He's a quadruped. He has small hind legs. He's an animal. Blythe is a man. He's a man with a mask trying to mimic Malekith. All these other ones are trying to mimic. Malekith is the what is it? The thing that you try to copy, right? What's that called? There's a word for that. Somebody smart. Who's going to college? Somebody's going to college. The template, right? Malekith is the template, and everybody else is trying to copy the template. That's Blythe. That's the Bloodhound Knights. That's Duraril. That's all of them. They're trying to be like Malekith. Malekith is the only real. Well, I don't want real shadowbound beef. Jackal says Blythe's mouth moves when he speaks, though it isn't a mask. That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know how to reconcile that. You know, could it be, well, you know what? Magic. I'll say that. Magic. You know why I say magic? And this is where the answer for that comes from. Because puppets can talk. Puppets can act like humans. And they're not real. So if you have a mask that can move its jaw up and down, it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not unheard of to have inanimate objects act alive. There you go, Jackal. That's the answer to that. That's my counter argument to what you just said. Not Godwin says, he is the most feared, so it makes sense. Cayman says, interesting idea. I think Blythe is a doghead and his imitator is not a doghead. I don't know the difference between a dog and a wolf. I think with size difference maybe, but we're not talking Chihuahuas and a Rottweiler here. You know, we're just talking canine to canine, right? Unless a wolf isn't a canine, then I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not a dogologist. Feel some of my theories about Radagon trying to usurp power for himself. He made a dude pretend to be a shadow for his red-headed daughter with Renala, mimicking the golden government system. See, that works. That sounds good. Cayman also comes back and he says, what if I had to guess? Oh, I can't read. But if I had to guess, he says, Renala transformed his body so that he could be more person and less bound to the fingers. That could also be. Jackal comes back. Blythe's whole arc is that he wasn't a puppet. Also, he fights with more bestial candor as well. Well, so do the Bloodhound Knights, and right? And I'm not saying Blythe is a puppet. I'm saying the mask can act like a living thing, just like a puppet can act like a living thing. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if Renala had anything to do with it. I think the shadow system was instilled by Radagon. Interesting. By dog or not dog, I mean the blood imitator is a person in a mask. Oh, I see what you mean. Mask is living is a cool idea. Well, I'm not living, imitating life. It like if you talk, it moves and stuff like that. Kind of like those. Uh, Anybody ever seen like white girls with the Wayne brothers? You know, they wore the white girl mask and then they were talking and it moved like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting at. One second, work is calling. Okie dokie. I'm back. All right, let's see what's going on. Blade has the intelligence to resist famine. Mm-hmm. Rado has a point. In both cases, neither one was did what they're supposed to. BB brings up a cool concept that the builds are more weak to voodoo and other faith builds. I forget where I forget who was talking about it, but there's this whole idea of a shadow self, which is intermixed with and fate and will, and the idea of a separate self that is your shadow is actually represented in philosophy. Are you are you talking about like the id, the ego, and something like that? Although it is arguable that is why Randy put herself into a doll to somehow full Blade's programming as if it were tied to her flesh. Interesting. That is a good idea. Go Goody Poo, you are a genius. No, Goody Poo, you are a genius. Oh, look at them. Oh, they're like falling in love. Godwin says, by the way, there is a soul transfer episode of the X-Files in season 1. Worth a watch. Too scary. I don't watch X-Files. Too real. Too real. I don't watch it. Pharaoh says, could America have transferred her soul to another body just like Rani? You know what, Pharaohs? That is an interesting idea and one that I've never really considered, or honestly, I never even thought. It never even crossed my mind. Huh. Could she have transferred her soul? Okay, if she transferred her soul, let's think about it. Who would she have transferred it to? An unknown or somebody that we've met? Would that make Radagon a golem? It would make Radagon in charge of the body. If, interesting. You know what, Pharaohs? Let me say this, because everybody I know in the Discord, and if you watch my streams, I'm a hard proponent of Radigan America being separate and them not being two people. But with your statement there, with your question, I will concede that that is so good that I'll put it up there right there in my second slot for most likely. America, at one point, America may have, right, moved her soul into something else, and Radigan took over as the soul SOLE controller, or not controller, soul pilot of the god body. I love that idea. I think golden identities are transferred via sap or amber, whereas sorcerer via glintstone. Okay, Rattle, that would make sense. I mean, it's the parallel. Pharaoh says perhaps America is the Glowmite Queen and she did it to escape from Malekith. Maybe too crazy. No, that's too crazy, because I think it says that America sent Malekith to kill her. I just figured America is imprisoned in her own body. God's being imprisoned in God's being prisoners, a big theme in the game. Also, God's being dead. Slope, welcome back, Slope. Slope. Good to see you, man. Excuse me. Cayman says, I'm furious, yo, Pharaohs. How dare you take this from me? Uh-oh. Dang. Fight. No, I like good fights. Let's see. But Malekith killed the glow. Yeah. Boss. Oh my God. A stranger to this stream. A stranger to the Inquisition. Boss. Big boss here finally shows himself. No, I'm playing boss. How you doing? Welcome back. What if America's confession to the grandmother was that she told the Hornsent where to find them, like a Pocahontas situation? Wow. What? What? Oh my God. Somebody write that down. Boss, put that in the Discord. We're Spiral. I'm going to talk to Spiral. Write that down. We can't forget that one. We can't forget that one. And we can't forget Ferris's soul transfer. America escaped. Let's see. Or defeated her. Let's see. Pharaoh saw says Malekith defeated the Glowmite Queen. It doesn't say she killed it. Right? But defeat is defeat. And if you're getting hit by the black flame, or if you're getting hit, I mean, could it be just a nice way of saying that she got her ass kicked to death? Jacko says it specifically says that Glar McQueen was defeated by Malekith. Cayman says, jokes aside, the idea that I was talking about for Mari and Ratty motivations being making a new body fits the theory. Making a body fits the theory. Making a new body. I'm lost now with that. What you said, bro. Sorry. Slope says, but honestly, due to America's runes are portrayed, I put more stock into America's soul is imprisoned in fire more than her own body. But that's my conspiracy theory. Good theory. Godwin says, in the Bible, when God talks, he consistently says, I am the Lord, like he has to convince you, like really stressing to the point he's God. Thou doth protest too much to mask the divinity is to mask the divine is creepy. To mask the divine is creepy. Interesting. Rattle says it could make sense. Maybe something to do with Malekith asking why Marika gulled him, fooled her by jumping bodies to his programming, wasn't triggered. Rattle. Ooh, Rattle. That makes sense. Boss comes back, says, hello, everyone. I have returned. I have audience once more. Oh, thank you. We missed you, boss. Not to throw this conversation off, boss. Can I tell the people about your Elden Ring theory? Can I tell the people about that, man? Meta, welcome back, Meta. Anything bad you have to say about Patches gets immediately outclassed by Dung Eater. Well, I mean, Dung Eater is just in one world, right? He's just in one world. Patches is destroying all realities, all times, at the same time. But the Dung Eater has the best ending, though. he does have a good ending, and I do mean like as a fair ending. Probably he probably is a good guy, sort of. Not really. He's a good guy that, to him, the means just the ends justify the means. I think I've said that before. Please do, says boss. Okay, here it is. We're gonna need a representation because when I was talking to boss last night into the wee hours of the night, and when I say wee hours, I mean it was like 10:30 at night, and I was getting sleepy because I'm old. So let us look at. Okay, hold on. Where can I get a good Elden Ring? You know what? Let's go back to the beginning. This theory has to start from the beginning. It's not a theory. It's not a hypothesis. It is now law. This is Elden law. Okay. Boss came up with this theory and he's amazing. This is going to blow your mind. The greater will is the same rune. Look at the rune. Oh, okay. Any guys that kicks me off a cliff and tries to yeah, for real. Okay, here we go. Oh, dude, I was hurting, bro. My eyes were. Anyways, don't get me distracted. The Elden Ring, her boss, Saucer, Lord of Water. The Elden Ring. What is the Elden Ring? The Elden Ring is the ring before us, not the Elden Rings. The Elden Ring, ladies and gentlemen, is not what we see in front of us. It is, but it's been added to it by so many others that we lost sight of what the real ring is. It's the real ring is here, represented to us in this armor, in the eye. The eye. It's one. It's Elden Ring. And I was like, what, boss? You're blowing my mind. It's represented there. The Elden Ring. It was the source of the crucible. It's the source of everything. And as people took belief, as they believed in it, as they added to it, making Elden runes, great runes, mending runes, it became this. Because if you see, it's got 4 rings, but the center ring is still there. There's always the center ring. Always the center ring of the Elden Ring. I mean, what? I mean, I I mean, that was boss saying what? Yeah, it's Elden Ring. Oh my god, it blew my mind, dude. And then I was like, I looked at my tattoo of the Golden Order, and it has the center ring still. And then I was like, oh man, we got to go to Lindell. I went to Lindell. It's everywhere. It's the one ring to rule them all. The Golden Road. Oh, well, let's go look at the Golden Road. The Golden Road. It may not have it, but but what's up, James? Let's see. Where's the Golden Road? It's still there. Now, look. Now, rattle. Now the ring is on the outside. That's the same ring that we see at the on the coffins carts over here. Here. No, here. It's the same ring that we see in Godwin's eyes when he dies. It's the same ring that we see on his helmets. It's the Elden ring. The same ring there. I mean, it's the same ring here. Different times, different people in control. Right? It I don't know. I don't know, bro. Y- do you want me to bring Boss in here? I can bring Boss in here. What time is it? We got 12 minutes. 12 minutes. Do y'all want me to bring Boss in here? He can explain it if you want. Boss, would you want to come in here? All right. All right, Boss. All right, here we go. Let me bring Boss in here. Boss, come to the. There you are, Boss. All right, here we go. He's gonna come in here. He's gonna explain it better than I can because boss is smart. He is he's smart. All right, here we go. Boss, are you there?
Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
it's going pretty good, man. So you got a special slot just for you because your theory blew my mind.
Damn. Well, that's what we do.
That's
I don't always have a good theory, but
what are you talking about? You're
well, I
like the
guess this one stuck.
you, you're gonna you're gonna change the Elder Ring. You rattle Jackal Godwin. Y'all gonna change and then Benipiku. Y'all gonna change the whole community. All right, tell. I can't even talk, man. Tell me about this theory, bro. Tell me about this theory.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, the my theory entails that the first iteration of the Elden Ring, like the one who fell down with the golden star that became the Elden Beast, is a single ring. And wouldn't be the single ring, would be just like how the chest is in the Crucible Knight chest. Like it's the ring and all the tendrils or all the energy going outside. Then with time, all those that chaos crucible became more solid. They became the other runes like figures because it got more order into it.
Like we see over here in Fair Missoula.
Yep. Yeah, in Pharmasula it has like more runes, more structure, but it still has that wellness
Yeah,
in the
because
corners.
it's got the center ring right there underneath the diamond.
Yep. In every form, that ring is the constant because that's the original part. And I theorize that that is the ring that Markup breaks.
Oh man,
Exactly.
and that's why everybody has the great runes and stuff because they have nothing to hold on to, right? I
Yes,
guess I
I
suppose
think
something like that.
Canon said a good counterpoint. That's I think Godric Great Rune is like the centerpiece with like half of three other rings. But I believe all the Great Runes are like ethereal in some way because Radigan, just like we saw yesterday when we were talking about it, Radigan has the whole Elden Ring inside of him. So the Elden Ring is kind of complete but broken at the same time.
Let's see.
So
Okay,
I think the Great Runes are representations of the Elden Ring, like fragments of it, obviously, but it's not literally the Elden Ring. The Elden Ring is still there, but broken inside of Radigan.
man, hold on. Let's see. Let's see what the people got to say.
Quite weird to explain.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's blowing my mind. All right, Cayman says, in a very meta way, one ring divides things into two, within and without. Yes, true. Slope says, well, the single ring should be Elden Beast. It binds all the stories of the lands between together. Uh, PJ says outer gods could be those outside the circle of the original ring. Jackal says boss is very loud. Oh, my bad, bro. Thank you.
Oh, I'm loud.
Oh,
Damn.
damn, man. Why you gotta be so loud? Chill. All
Uh,
right, how's he now? Sorry for
I
everybody's
will
ears.
I will whisper a bit.
Oh, hold on. I'm adjusting the levels. Keep talking.
Oh, okay. Test
Right there. You're
water.
right there. Water. All right.
Testing the waters.
Thank you, Jackal. Let's see. Isn't the Elden Stars the spiral like in the picture? Let's see.
No, because I believe like the spiral going with the golden star is like just like the current of that comet falling to this to the earth. Just like comets, they are spirals themselves. So the golden stars are it's a spiral because that's the normal energy how things flow in space. Like everything is a spiral in space.
Mm. All
That's
right.
how I see it.
James says, like a solar system coalescing in the gravity of a sun. Yes. Let's see. Jackal says, that sounds good. Pharaoh says, perhaps Radagon has the runes together. That's why his symbol is like that of a fabric. Interesting.
Oh yeah, and Radigan's rune is a mending rune that he did,
That's
because
right.
it's not a great rune. Because Radigan doesn't have a a great rune. I mean, he gave one to Renola. Maybe that's one of his.
Because
But
he's used
his rune is not a rune, somewhat.
right, he's using his rune as a mending rune, his Elden rune or whatever you want to call it,
Yep.
to keep what's left of the Elden ring together. In a sense, it's a mending room, and that's the thing we're gonna have to discuss tomorrow night on what's tomorrow, Saturday.
I think so.
Tomorrow night, part of the stream we'll discuss the vocabulary. What's the vernacular that we should be using on these great runes that aren't part of the Elden Ring,
Oh yeah.
but neither are
Just
they
like
melding runes.
the post I did when we were talking last night. I think I will put it on one of the channels instead of the voice channel chat. Like,
Right.
you remember the little table I did with the checks and X's?
Yep.
Yeah, because there's like great runes, mending runes. Then there's like runes, just like the rune of death, that it's not a mending rune, but it's part of the Elden Ring, but it's disconnected
Right.
of the Elden Ring.
Because I believe that the Glormine Queen made it. And since I don't know what to call it, I always called it a mending rune, even though it doesn't mend anything, but just
Yeah.
meaning that
But
she she,
why?
she
But why
manifested it.
does it have power if it's not connected in the Elden Ring?
Julie's here. Welcome back, Julie. I haven't
Oh,
seen you in a
Julie,
while.
it's been a while.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
But yeah, I may have some more things, but I will leave it for tomorrow for the talk show. I
Uh,
don't want to get too excited.
all right. What you gonna call
So don't
it?
worry about it.
Uh, okay. All right then. Well, I'll let you go, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
don't worry.
we'll talk to you tomorrow, man.
Sure, just like always.
Yeah, yeah. All right. See you tomorrow, man. Oops. All right. So, I mean, so there's a reason to come back tomorrow so we can discuss even more things about the Elden Ring, right? Julie's been way too busy. I know. Life is busy. But you always have a home here to come nerd out when you need to decompress, right? Mo says, we can talk about how the world can we talk about how the world was created by the Titans, whom also created the ancient dragons on the forge. When they died, their bodies became the crucible, and the dragons ruled the world. While life exploded, beasts of the crucible and beasts of the giants lived together until the Newmans came from space as parasites and infected the beasts to involve the beastmen and infiltrate the dragon civilization to advance it, and they gave the dragons the gift of religion. The sun realm was born, and towers were built like antennas to most take the power of the blah. Oh man. Oh, you guys are the best, says Julie. Thank you. Most continues. While on the north, while on the north of the Newmans came the astrologers, and from the religion of the moons, the Newmans also attracted the attention of the Greater Will and other god aliens. And the Greater Will sends his AKA Glowmine Queen, mic drop. Then the lesser civilization of the Horns that studied the old religion and learned the crucible of the towers, and they created Enir, Elim, and the Jars. Well, I mean, there's nothing left to talk about, bro. You've answered everything. Bro, I mean, I don't know. That there's a lot to unpack there, bro. A lot. I mean, it sounds good. I mean, it's obvious that you've been like thinking about this a while. You've been smoking on it and contemplating it, but maybe it's not that complicated. You know, the answer most of the time the answer is very simple. Simple. Simpol. Simple. Very simple. Maybe. But you could be right. I could be wrong. Chase says, what if Radagon gives his great rune to Renala? Then he kills Marika. Ooh, I like where this is going. Takes her rune, uses golden threads to weave graft, he says, quotes, the Elden Ring into himself. That sounds kind of plausible in a way. Interesting. I mean, yeah. Let me think about that. Let's unpack it. So he gives his great rune to Renala, kills Marika. Then he takes the broken Elden Ring and weaves it to himself. But why would he do that? Why would he do that, Chase? That's my question. Boss comes back. He says spirals are a standard form of how things flow. And also the spiral is not seeing a spiral is the flaw of the Golden Order. I mean, was the flaw of the Golden Order. Because they were looking at the spiral in a 2-dimensional up-down view and not in a 3-dimensional. So in their up-down view, there was only order. It was the circles, right? And they weren't seeing this. They weren't seeing the spiral. I think that's the flaw in the Golden Order. Julie says, damn, I want whatever you guys are smoking today. Well, yeah, we're smoking hard. I mean, we're yeah, it's strong. It's mixed with mushrooms, maybe. Just using the golden thread and needle set as Radagon. Okay, I see what you mean. But what's the motivation? So Radagon was kidnapping the Elden Beast by force, and we free it. Um, if you, I mean, I don't think so because the Elden Beast would be too strong, right? It's a god, and Radagon. If you believe Radagon is not Marika or is Marika, then Radagon is just a puppet for the Elden Ring, as we see, right? As we see, it's just a puppet. Slope says basically early pre-raw lore. Basically early pre-raw lore is interchangeable. You can say Titans, Dragons, Mater, Greater Will all came first as an example. True. Boss Saucer says magic is a spiral. Fire burns a spiral. Comets are spiral, and the crucible flows in a spiral. When wind flows in spirals, a smoke. I smoke diesel. What? I smoke diesel smokes? Damn, bro. Don't be sharing that with Julie. Teeth would fall out. Turn all black. Turn all black teeth. Uh, I want order. He wants order, and she said no. His order. Ah, I see. Okay. I mean, maybe. I see Radagon more as a narcissist, the main one of the antagonists of his age. Like, why would Fingers grant beasts intelligence? Then Titans made fire giants and dragons, for example. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, that's a good question. Mo says by removing death, time was stuck and the spiral becomes a circle or a ring. Removing death. No, no, I disagree with that. I disagree with that because we still see the we still see the we still see the presence of death, but it's in a different form, right? Things can still die and cease to exist, right? Maybe I could be wrong. I will need to do a mending rune of water. You need one. You need to make one. Mo says, damn, I thought you guys would like my timeline. I'm not saying your timeline's wrong, bro. I like it. It's just not for me. Julie says, yeah, I'm trying to understand what you guys are on about today so I can contribute something because you're too advanced. No, Julie, nobody's advanced. We're all at the same level of not know what's going on. None of us know what's going on. We're all shooting. Imagine we're all like sitting in this dark room, right? And we all have what darts, and there's a dart board somewhere, and we're just throwing darts. We don't know where they're going. We don't know if they hit. We could be hitting each other. Maybe. Yikes. Pharaoh says, perhaps Radagon is a puppet, and now he can act like his own. Now he can act of his own volition. Speaking of Radagon as a puppet, that's another thing that me and Boss were talking about last night. Radagon, when I say that Radagon is up there, right? I now believe America was murdered by Radagon, but when Radagon failed to repair the Elden Ring, the Elden Beast murdered Radagon. And now the Elden Beast resides in Radagon and puppets him. So when we see him come off the ark, right? He comes off and he stands up. You know, he looks like America, and then he changes into Radagon and all that. That's not Radagon either. He's already dead. It's the Elden Beast, and we see the power of the Elden Ring and the Elden Beast, the black goo and all, or smoke, whatever you want to call it. It's moving him. It's kind of like Craig or whatever. Y'all remember that little alien blob inside the robot in Ninja Turtles cartoon? And he was moving the robot. That's what the Elden Beast is doing. He's moving Radagon to interact with the world around him. Because the Elden Ring can't interact with the world directly. He's got to use the body. So, and that's what he's doing. He sees a Tarnish came into his home. Now he's going to kill the Tarnish. So, boom. But we destroy the body. So he pours out of the body, like we see Moog pour out of the body in the cocoon. And then he turns the body into the sword. And then he teleports us into his realm where he can interact with us. And we fight him there. But we don't kill him. Well, depending on what ending. Let's see. James says Fibberconi. I don't know what that bro. Lawn darts. Yeah, lawn darts. Slope says it's a good timeline. I just think it's been thought about already by a lot of people and doesn't fit with some things a lot of people have moved on, as it is the most intuitive timeline, but it has issues. That's a good statement. Boss says, I think puppet is simple, but word puppet, golems, and crystallians should be referred to as a type of construct. We humans are constructs of God, and our construct, in a way, are a bit less complex as us. James says, Radagon was a puppet of America during the Liurnian Wars, went back to America and basically fucked this and took over. Oh, basically said fuck this and took over. Interesting concept. Most says, damn, I thought I came up with it, bro. Hurt. Okay, bro, it's okay. There's millions of people that think about Elden Ring lore. You're bound to run into somebody who thought about the same thing. It's okay. Unless, because you know what? I saw the other day that there was somebody else who came up with a worm theory. Like just a few weeks after I had my worm theory. I was like, what the hell? What the hell? The hell is this shit? No, I'm playing. It was a good theory. It was good. Let's see. Um, basically, oh yeah, okay, good. We are all puppets of fate. Amen, brother. Amen, brother. Slope says, just the early parts of pre DLC, basically Titans forging dragons and life forms by aliens invading. After that, yeah, I'd say it's original just because post DLC. Boss says, I still believe the ancient dragons were handcrafted by the Fingers and Placidusex Alliance. Julie says, okay, so I'll shoot. Okay, here we come. Get ready for Julie. She's coming with it. Julie says, I think the greater will is the predetermination of all things. They all follow a rule, an equation. However, the greater will sends an envoy. They take over life, controlling it. Predetermination of all things, the greater will. Okay. They all follow a rule, an equation. Whatever the greater will sends an envoy. Whatever the greater will sends an envoy, they will take life, controlling it. That's deep. Predetermination. I don't know. What could that mean? Like it's predestined or no, not predestined. You, I'm pretty sure you got a doctorate. You got to come down to high school level. I'm retarded. Like you said, puppets of fate. We are all puppets of fate. Okay, yeah, predestined. Okay, predestined. They follow a rule. Okay, an equation. Whatever the greater will sends an envoy, they take over life. Okay, I see where. Okay, now that I understand. I think you're right on that. Wherever they go, they take over. Right. Slope said, like a lot of people say, Bel was born of the forge of the giants, for example, which is a similar example of your theory. Not exact, but a good example of people thinking the same thing. Norse called it a weird, which basically means fate. Oh, okay, fate. It is what it is. The thing is, it's pretty crazy. Man. Why is it that every time we come to Fair Missoula, we start talking about fate and Radagoni the pony? I don't know. Because fate is written in the stars. I mean, there's just that's too deep of a concept to try to unpack, really, right? I mean, yeah. I don't know. Astrology, yo, astrology. I mean, it's, man, that's oh man. I love fate. Slope says, death and death will come to everyone. Not everybody. Everyone meets their destined death at the end of the path they walk, the end of their journey. Oh, are you talking about in game? Or are you talking about in real life? In real life, I in real life I believe in eternal progression. Damn. I'm a Leo. I'm a Sagittarius. Sagittarius. As long as their legs can take them there, of course. Things happen for a reason. The law of causality, right? Things happen for a reason. That's true. Things do happen for a reason. Radagon Radagon was a dragon. I don't think so. Bale is the heart of Radigan. What? No. What? No. Yeah, no. That's that. You're memeing. You're joking, bro. Let's. I don't mind jokes, but not at the expense. Not at the expense of the lore. I'm joking, but I'm pretty sure you're joking. Radigan's not. Anybody that thinks Radigan is a dragon has been smoking on it too long. In these games, death is part of the process. It is part of the process. Rattle. Let's see. Julie says, "I'm a Pisces. I don't believe in astrology. I'm a physicist guy. Wow, physicist. And I think the Pisces archetype fits me well. A physicist. So you know about like string theory and Neil deGrasse Tyson, all that, and Michio Kaku and Brian Cox. You're like up there with those. Wow. Wow. Make sure y'all keep an eye out for Julie. She's going to be famous. She's going to be like, hey, when I was young, I used to hang out with these guys on stream, talk about Elden Ring. Losers. No, I'm joking. She's going to be like, I miss them. And Jackal's going to be all rich and, all, like the biggest Twitch star. And he's going to be like, I remember back in the day. Oh, man. Dang. They're like, that guy. He wore a stupid flower helmet and a red cape. Nice. I'd like to be remembered like that. Let's see. Age, signs, location. Age, sign. Okay. 43, Sagittarius, Tejas. I'm in Texas, yo. I keep it real. I'm not scared. Let's see. Oh, Slope says, yeah, causality in game is tied to the original sin like half a dozen times too. You think it's tied to original causality? Well, yeah, I guess you could say. Yeah. Basically, America's sin and one great mistake is said to be the source of causality in game. Right. It set off a chain of events that we're still feeling the effects of. I believe that. I'll back that up. Anagram of Radagon, a dragon. No, no, that doesn't work. Because anagram is, if I remember correctly, an anagram is only viable for one word, not like a phrase or a sentence. But I could be wrong. But I still, no, I think it's just a coincidence. And if it is meant to be, it's meant to throw you off. It's a red herring. Because he can't be a red dragon. He can't be a dragon and a misbegotten. Right? It's a red herring. You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to believe in time travel, and then it's anybody's game. You could do anything with time travel. That's why I don't believe in time travel. The string theory is going to change the ring theory. That's right, most it is. How do you say how? Let's see. In Spanish, you would say, "Tú eres muy inteligente." Yeah, I speak Portuguese. I think. Slope says, Sean Carroll. Sean Carroll is really good at explaining physics. Maybe the best. I'd recommend him. I've never heard of him. PJ says, but also AR Gonad. Okay. All right. Gonads. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Worm theory remains solid gold. I know, man. Worm theory is the best. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate it. James says, original sin was removing destined death and breaking causality or fate. No, I don't think it was. I think the original sin has to be either the death of somebody or the betrayal. because the concept of original sin in Christian theology, right, is the betrayal of humans against God because they betrayed his trust, or they or it was, the yeah, I think that's the original sin. It's a betrayal of something. But I think, but honestly, if it's me, I think thinking of what the original sin is isn't the key to finding it out. The key to finding what it is, and I was looking at it earlier, is where was it talked about on Mesmer's thing? The key to it, I think, will be, is it ashes? No, it's key items. No, it's key items. Of finding it out, of what understanding what it is. Where are the? Is it this? Man, it's where do they keep the? Where do I keep the? Here they are. All right, Mesmer's. Okay, so right here, hidden away on Mesmer's the in keeping, it says hidden away, right? It's talking about hiding away, keeping company with the original sin, right? And a hatred that would not be confined. If I think it's easy, it'd probably be easier to figure out what the hatred that would not be confined is, would lead us to what the original sin is, because they're together. They're not the same thing, but they're a pair. And if we can't figure out what one is, we can figure out what the other one is most likely, and that will point the way to the other. I think the community's too focused on original sin instead of finding out what this hatred is. It's a hatred that would not be confined. And so I'm going to do some thinking on that one. James says, gaining forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the original sin? No, that's doing the original sin got the knowledge, right? Slope says the original sin mostly betraying or abandonment, but we all get a literal sin. In game is fire, burning horn sin, and burning the earth tree prophets. Okay, I see that. I can see that. Julie says, well, it's related to the seduction and a betrayal. That's for sure. Also, what do you guys think about the tarnished being all undead? Because they're all in the intro. We died outside the lands between. That is correct. And I think I love that idea. I love that we're all the tarnished are dead. So what I find fascinating about it too is that the player can decide whether they are one of the original tarnished that walked with Godfrey and escaped the lands between, or they could be a descendant of those who walked with Godfrey. You know what I'm saying? I tend to think that my character, the Golden Inquisitor, is a descendant, right, of the tarnished. And I think there was an interview that Miyazaki said that in his vernacular, he in his theories or whatever, he says that the player tarnished are descendants of those who left with Godfrey. But I think it's really cool, and I think when it comes to the tarnished, we are kind of like the larval tears that we find in the Shadowlands, something between life and death, because we're not really alive, nor are we really dead. We're something in between. And that's why we can come back to life or come back to the realm of the living after death. Slope says, I just assume chaos is original sin, and America and Greater Will had hate or chaos, and thus fire in their psyche. Interesting. Julie says, I wonder if the tarnish being all undead are related to Marika plucking destined death from the Elden Ring. No, no, the removing the rune of death from the Elden Ring, I believe, I would say that would have to, it would have to happen sometime around Godwyn or and all the other demigods were being killed by the Glowmite Queen and her Godskin nobles. The God Hunt era. I think it was to prevent any more of her progeny from being murdered. I think that's why she removed it. I just assumed. Oh, well, let's see. Maybe she took away the ability to die so we could keep dying and getting stronger. And I don't know, maybe in exchange for what we kind of gave up our free will, so that's why we have to follow grace. But we don't have to follow grace. Remember, we don't have to follow grace, and a lot of tarnished don't, because if all the tarnished followed grace, you wouldn't have the confessors. Remember, the confessors of the two fingers of the Church of the Two Fingers hunt down tarnished who don't follow grace, because if you're not following grace, then there's no point of you being alive, right? And then they'll kill you, which is an interesting fact, because I guess you could say that confessors know how to permanently kill a tarnish. And what do they use? The black key bolts, which are made of scarlet rot. That's interesting. Does scarlet rot really kill a tarnish forever? James says, I always thought of the lands between as a kind of purgatory or Elysium, or some sort of afterlife like Avalon. I wouldn't say purgatory or Elysium, but I would definitely think Avalon. I often thought about that as well. Slope also says, I assume it has to do with that. I attribute that Grace having runes of life, essence power, or Dark Souls 3 trailers. We see how Ashen 1 is revived, and in ER, we see a spark of grace revive the tarnish. True. Slope says, once grace beckons and guides us all, but we gotta follow nothing. We can't quit the game if we want and go buy Helldivers. Julie says, I mean, certainty, the story makes it sound like it's like that, but what you said, but I don't know. I'm just trying to toss in some different ingredients into the mix. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. And they're good ideas. No, there's nothing. Yeah. All right, everybody. It's 9:30. I'm gonna call it a night. Any longer, my voice is gonna go to shit. And we got the show tomorrow. The call-in show tomorrow. New call-in shows on Saturday. Hey, welcome back, McMike. If you want to join the Discord, you can call and join Discord. And you know what? You can talk with me. You can talk with the others. And even on stream, I'll pull you in. If you have a good comment, a good idea that's exceptional, I'll pull you in and we can discuss it like we did Boss. Or like on Wednesday, I had everybody call in if you wanted to. It's impromptu, you know? Nothing's set in stone. Right, exactly, Julie. You're right on point. So, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to meet some dinner. Y'all be safe. And yeah, join the Discord. We'll see y'all tomorrow.